Well, hello there. Thank you for checking out this episode of the Seven Cups podcast. My name is Simon the Great, or Simon you can call me for short, and I am a teen member of the Seven Cups of Tea community. And the reason being is because I believe in the community's values and mission. I believe in making the world a better place and making us free from the day-to-day mental health problems that affect people's lives. So a bit about myself then. I am 13 years old. I live in the south of England with my mum and my cat. Of course, I see my dad 3 days a week. I see him a lot. My mum and dad still get on, but they're not together as such. But I really do enjoy my life on a whole, which is a good thing. But I understand that there are too many people in this world that aren't enjoying their life. They aren't getting the support they want from their family. They aren't even having any compassion or love from their family. And I really think that as a community, Seven Cups are doing an amazing job to help change the world for the better. And that's why I joined as a member. I joined first of all, in fact, on the 4th of December 2015. And the reason being is because I suffer from emetophobia, or extreme fear of vomiting or throwing up or being sick. And I wanted a bit of support for it. My family, of course, were supporting me, but I wanted to hear from what I thought was a professional, which all the listeners on Seven Cups are trained to actively listen, and they do an amazing job at that, so I want to pay tribute to all of them for being there for us and caring for us. Of course, if I was old enough, I would become a listener, and I am going to be here for 3 more years. I can guarantee you that, because I want to become a listener and then apply to be a group mod, and then hopefully I'll be able to change the community even more than I hope I'm doing already. I don't know if I am. Maybe I'm upsetting people even more. I'm not absolutely sure, but I would guess that probably what I do on Seven Cups can at least help one person. I'm not absolutely sure exactly. I know I've received a lot of love on Seven Cups, which is really nice, but then these people that are giving me all the love haven't really met me, so they don't know whether I'm really an amazing person or not. But I like to think that I'm alright. I like to think I'm a nice guy. I like to think that I'm, there for everybody. I like to think that I want to change the world for the better. I don't want to make you think I'm gloating about, being, helping people out, but I enjoy it. That's why I joined Seven Cups, because I wanted to get support and then give it back to the people that supported me if they ever needed any support. And I think being an aiming high 2 on the growth path is quite a step for me, so I'm very happy about that. Of course, I probably would have been higher, but my dad deactivated the email that went with my account, so my account was a bit corrupted, so I had to create a new one in June this year, so I'm kind of rebuilding my mission. But I think I'm getting there. I'm doing pretty well, and I'm quite happy about that. Of course, this isn't really about me, this podcast, as such. I know I want to share a bit about my story and my background and everything that I enjoy and stuff, but this is really about you. This is about you getting support, getting what you deserve, getting the things that you need in life to go on. This is the things that you can achieve as an individual. This is the stuff that we, as a community, can help defeat. Mental health disorders are not right. Nobody deserves to experience them. And together, as I said at the beginning, Seven Cups are defeating mental health disorders every single second. So I am very, very happy about that. And that is why I am doing this podcast today. So, of course, my background, I've just given you a bit about my family and everything. I live in the south of England. I am coming to you now. You've got an Access All Areas pass from my studio, where I do a lot of broadcasting. I do some radio shows. I used to do a radio show in the community room at Seven Cups, but sadly it got declined. I won't go into any details about that, because of course I respect the rules of Seven Cups. People don't understand why the rules are in place, and I know that this is something that people may disagree with, but on my view about the rules of Seven Cups, they're in place to help make the community a much safer, loving and warm-hearted environment that it is. Because without these rules, we would be able to run free, people would be coming in, treating it like Omegle, and it just wouldn't work at all. So I am really thankful for everyone who made these rules, and I have not a single problem with any of the rules, because I believe that every single one of the rules that are in place are there to help keep us safe. So I'd like to thank everyone that does such a hard-working job, mainly Laura, Heather and Glenn, and everyone that's in the front line of 7 Cups and helping to make it a amazing and successful community. I'd like to just pay tribute to them on thinking about whether should we decline the rules, should we not have any rules, or should we have the rules there so we can enjoy a safe, loving and warm-hearted environment. That's what I want people to be thinking about. Of course, I'm not here to shout at people. I'm just saying that, of course, that is why the rules are in place, if anybody was unsure. Next, I'm going to move on to, of course, me being a radio presenter. Of course, as I was saying, I'm not a proper radio presenter. My dad is a radio presenter across the south of England. He works at lots of different radio stations, and of course, if I'm lucky, I get to come on with him sometimes if I'm with him, and that's very enjoyable to get my voice out there, get it heard. It's nice. It's just a lovely feeling to know that people are listening to you on the radio, and I think that's a very good thing for people to know. To get, I think. That is why I believed in a 7 Cups of Tea radio station where people could get their voices heard and receive support and everything. And I think that would have been a brilliant idea. But then, as I say, Laura and Heather, I completely respect them. I have absolutely, and I'm 100% sure on this, no problem with them declining it at all. Because I know that when they say that there was no one there to monitor it, I know they were telling the truth. There would be no one to monitor it if I was going to do it myself. Of course, I could have had a moderator doing it, but I'm not going to go into detail about any of that, because I respect every single person on 7 Cups, and that is not just the users. I also respect the people that are behind the scenes, working on the IT department, getting everything up to date, up to scratch, and I just have full respect for every single person who is involved with the community, because I believe that they have an incredible story to tell, and I believe that they are here for a reason, and that is because all 17,000 people on 7 Cups want to make the world a better place, and that is what I love about the community. So, being 13 years old, I started secondary school, or middle school as they call it, I think in the US and some other countries, in September last year. And it was quite shocking, it was quite frightening, going up from 111 pupils in primary school to well over 1,000 in secondary school. It's such a large environment to be in every single day, and it was quite shocking at first. It was quite worrying, and I was not really enjoying my first couple of months at secondary school. It was quite tough. But then I got to know everybody a bit better. When I came back after the Christmas holidays, I got to know everyone, I got to speak to people, and in the end it turned out pretty well. So that is kind of my background about schooling, and that is my background and story to everyone. Just a shout out to everyone starting school again in September, as I am. You may be feeling a bit worried about going back to school. You may be thinking something terrible is going to happen. You may be thinking that people aren't going to like you. You may be thinking that nobody's going to be there to hear your voice. But I can reassure you now that when I joined secondary school, everybody was behind my back when I told them about my panic attacks. And that just goes to show that there are nice kids in the world. There are nice people there for you and behind you. There are people that you can talk to, teachers and everything. There are people out there that you can talk to and get your problems resolved, because together, with a bit of honesty and a bit of getting your voice out there and getting support from people that can help, we can help defeat mental health problems. And that is technically my campaign, because I want to help make this world free of all horrible mental health problems like anxiety, depression, and of course self-harm and suicide. I want to and self-harm, and I want to completely take these mental health problems, I want to throw them in the bin and never see them again. Because together, with the help of 7 Cups, with the help of our lovely listeners, and the help of our lovely, supportive and warm-hearted members, everyone who's on 7 Cups, we can help change the world for the better. That is my story. Thank you to Noasu for letting me be on his podcast. For more episodes on the 7 Cups podcast, you can take a look at the forum at 7cupsoftea.com. And if you're not on 7 Cups yet and you are feeling like you could use a little bit of support right now, then I fully recommend you to go and connect with a listener listener who will really, really listen to you. Thank you, and I will probably see you in the group support chats, because I'm usually around there. You might see me posting on the forums occasionally, and I guarantee you that you will probably be hearing from me again soon. Thank you very much, and keep on cupping.